It was November 23, 1942, during one of the darkest chapters of World War II. In the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, a British merchant ship called the SS Ben Lomond was sailing quietly, carrying a 25-year-old Chinese second steward named Poon Lim. Without warning, a German U-boat fired 2 torpedoes into the ship's hull. Within minutes, the entire vessel was engulfed in flames. Poon Lim grabbed a life jacket and jumped into the freezing water below. When Poon Lim regained his senses, the ship had completely sunk, and there was no sign of any other survivor. After swimming for nearly 2 hours, he found a small wooden life raft, just 8 feet long. That tiny raft would become his entire world for the next 133 days. The raft held a small supply of canned food, biscuits, chocolate, and a few bottles of water. But Poon Lim knew this wouldn't last. He rationed everything carefully, just a few biscuit crumbs and sips of water each day. The real test began once those supplies ran out completely. He unraveled wire from the raft's rope and bent a spring from his life jacket into a makeshift fish hook. With this improvised tool, he started catching fish, eating them raw, and drinking the fluid inside them to fight thirst. Once, a large shark attacked the raft, and Poon Lim fought it off by repeatedly striking it with an empty water jug. To collect rainwater, he used his canvas clothing as a makeshift funnel. But weeks would pass with no rain at all, leaving him desperate with thirst. The blazing sun scorched his skin during the day, while freezing winds numbed his body at night. Slowly, the isolation began to wear on his mind. One day, a ship appeared on the horizon. Poon Lim waved and shouted with everything he had, but it sailed past without stopping. Weeks later, an American patrol aircraft flew by, and again it moved on without noticing him. Each time hope rose, and each time it collapsed, but Poon Lim refused to give up. He began doing light exercises on Raft every day, determined that if rescue ever came, his body wouldn't be too weak to stand. Month after month passed. Ocean currents slowly carried the raft southwest, toward the coast of Brazil. Poon Lim had no way of knowing his exact direction. He simply used the sun and stars to guess. Finally, on April 5, 1943, after 133 days adrift at sea, Brazilian fishermen spotted him floating near the coast. He was severely weakened, but thanks to his daily exercise routine, he was strong enough to walk off the boat unaided when he reached shore, stunning the doctors who examined him. His survival set a world record that still stands today, the longest anyone has ever survived alone on a raft at sea. The British Royal Navy was so impressed by his methods that they added his survival techniques to their training manuals for lifeboat survival. Poon Lim later moved to the United States, became a citizen, and lived a quiet life until his passing in 1991. But his story remains one of the most extraordinary tales of human endurance ever recorded. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Facto Crush for more incredible true survival stories. See you in the next video.